All right, so it says we're live. So welcome back, everybody. It is December the 10th, 2023 at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching this back later, we do record our lives and allow them to play back. So by all means, leave a comment. We'll respond to you tomorrow, the next day, whenever that comment may be. And we're just now starting, and I'm starting to lose my voice. We do this every time. My voice is fine up until we get on the live stream. Luckily, I got a big glass of water here. So, I do want to go ahead and forewarn everybody. It's been storming here all day long, all day long.
Nasty.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about your volume. And it's cleared out. So we decided to run out here, do some cooking, do our typical live stream spot. And we just checked the radar and we got a pop up like right here on us with some yellow and all in it. So if it starts lightning or rains so hard that we can't talk or, you can't hear us, well, we may have to pull the plug on this, especially with the lightning. But it's so cold right now. The lightning's kind of went away. We had a pile of it earlier today, though. So hopefully everybody's staying safe. I know a lot of y'all are still in the paths of these storms. Man, thoughts and prayers go out to people. Hush. Our little don't tell me we're about to get an Amazon delivery. I don't know, they're slowing down. We might be about to get an Amazon Prime delivery. We ain't never gonna have a live stream that goes nice and smooth. Now we actually get deliveries out here on a Sunday, thanks to will you hush him? Thanks to Amazon warehouse that popped up about 30 miles from us, which hey, we're thankful to get our deliveries even quicker now. But what I was trying to say is a lot of storming today, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of pop-ups coming right through right now. So we may have to potentially jump off if that happens. I don't think we're going to though. Are they coming up here? Yeah. Okay, so we are getting Amazon delivery. Welcome to our live stream. There's always something. So I'll let Tiffany go out there and deal with the package gathering there, and I'll answer a few of your questions. So Mr. Donald wants to know where the snow is. Well, very rarely snows down here in Florida, and if we've seen snow this time of year, that would be absolutely amazing. Make sure Tiffany's got her mic off, otherwise you're going to hear her talking to the Amazon person pulling up here. So Miss Lee says, nice shirts. Yes, our family shirts right here. And I know several of y'all got those. And speaking of our family, Mike, we need to give an update. Actually, I'm gonna wait till Tiffany gets back. But we want to give an update on Mav. I talked with his wife, and she asked that we please get him an update on tonight's live stream. So I'll wait for Tiffany to get back. Ash, a lot of y'all are going to be asking where he's at. He is actually working on a really cool project. Somebody donated 5 acres of land out in California where he lives for a community garden. Just gave it away free and clear, which I thought was awesome. And he's out there working on it with some equipment and all. And him and his boys are trying to get everything ready for planting and start that kind of community garden right there. They got a lot of land clearing and stuff to do. So let's grab a few more comments here while I'm waiting on Tiffany to come back. Let's see what else we got. So Manny Petty, nope, it did not happen this week. I don't know when that's going to happen just yet, but it's still absolutely on the future radar to happen here. So Danny says, if no topic outline, may I suggest 1 to 5 minutes on introductions, 45 minutes on electrical, 9 minutes on food, and 1 minute for goodbye. I think that would crush our live streams. I don't think nobody would want to see us do any lives for 45 minutes.
People like the electrical conversation,
and a lot of people also absolutely hate it. So do we get anything good from
I didn't know if
the Amazon there?
It's probably our subscription.
Yeah, you're right. So our subscriptions are monthly, like food and dog food and stuff. They've been really late this week, kind of sprinkling in wherever. So weird getting deliveries on a Sunday afternoon now. We've never, ever got Sunday deliveries out here in the country before. Speaking of stuff that got delivered, let me go ahead and thank Mr. Robert.
Yes,
awesome idea. We had
Mr.
something,
Robert.
Yeah, we had something show up in the mailbox this week. He says, how about an American flag to hang out in your barn? Nice. I was like, excellent idea, because we love hanging the one in the yard. We've got the one in the shop. So thank you, Mr. Robert. I think that was an excellent idea. I will for sure get this up out there. And Miss Karen, thank you so much for sending us a holiday card there. So y'all been thinking of us, and that's so awesome. So I was telling them, I started to talk, and I said, no, I need to wait for you to get back. Because somebody was like, the TKCL family. I said, speaking of our family, not to start the live stream out on a somber tone here, but a lot of y'all been asking about Mav. And for those of you who don't know him, he's been a part of our family for quite some time. We used to cut up with him a lot on live streams. He used to email me on the sides asking about, working on the house and DIY projects and thoughts on stuff, and he'd send me pictures. And so through a series of events, Mav slipped into a coma quite a while back, and his family's been you know, doing everything they can, hoping he'd wake up and come out of it. But long story short, his wife reached out to me this week and said I was able to let everybody know, and that her, the kids, and her mother were going to potentially watch this live stream either tonight or whenever they have time. I'm sure they got a lot on their plate. But long story short, Mav is no longer going to be with us. So they have had to make the very, very tough decision to pull him off of life support. I believe it's going to be tonight, it sounds like. Obviously, that's such a crazy and tough decision to make. It involves the doctors, all the family. They've given him quite a while, and last that I'd heard was basically his brain function is just no longer there. So it's just machines keeping him alive. So I really hate to start the live stream out like that, but also that he was, you know, part of our family, and we all need to keep him, his mother, kids, his wife, everybody in your thoughts and prayers for the tough decision that's about to be made right there. So it's kind of I guess one of the final updates right there, because y'all ask about him every single week, and I certainly, golly, I hate that. And then we've got other people like Hammer, who now is going to rehab and has just been getting hit back to back with heart problems and heart attacks and liver issues and everything else. So
we have several in our family we got to pray for here.
Yeah, we sure do. We go through a whole laundry list
Yeah.
of people right here, but for sure, Mav's family definitely could, you know,
use
some support tonight, because it's such a crazy decision has to be made there. And we forget about a lot of people that have to make those types of very tough decisions. Really hate to hear it, but I think with the update I kind of got a few weeks ago, I think we knew this was potentially coming just because of no more responsiveness there. So there's that update I wanted to give y'all. So let's go ahead and jump on over to some questions here, because I'm sure I'm already way behind with the Amazon delay and then my long rambling there. So let's see what else we got here. So somebody was asking about what's the little buttons all on the right hand side above the, I don't know why we've never talked about that before. The little heart that you see over there, and if you scroll over it, it's got a few more little pop-up things. It's basically just something for you to play with during the live stream if you're bored. Tiffany does it all the time. So is that you doing all the hearts? See, somebody's over there.
Earlier.
So if you start clicking on all that, it throws hearts on this screen.
How many I could get in a row.
This is probably what's locking the live stream up every single week and making it crash right there. It's probably something like that. But it's basically just a stress ball for y'all. You know, if we're talking about electrical, something that's driving you crazy, you can go there and just get to clicking on stuff
too
right
bad
there.
There's not an angry face
or a thumbs down one or something. All right, so let's go on down here. See, Big Wave says it's trying to clear up over there in Brantford. So they've been dealing with a lot of the same rain that we've been dealing with today. Crazy amount of lightning strikes here today, but they weren't, none of them I would say was extremely close. Radar's full of lightning today. What I was saying a minute ago before Amazon pulled up, we absolutely need to be, you know, remembering everybody that went through crazy amount of storms and tornadoes last night. Nashville, up Tennessee, all over the place. It's just starting to become the new norm. I feel like we had this last year. December tornadoes is just crazy. January tornadoes, and there's quite a few people that lost lives last night with those storms that ripped through. So I don't know what's going on with this weather, y'all. I mean, at times it seems relatively normal, and then certain times of year like this, you know, tornadoes ripping through before Christmas.
More often, it feels like.
Yeah, at times it does. Then we kind of go through crazy droughts and normalcy, and then it's just back to just craziness like this. We're super thankful for the rain, although we're kind of flooded from the last rain.
It's standing up in the yard right now. It's not really soaking in.
I know that's not normal. We got almost another 2.5 inches today. We got 7 inches in the last storm. So we're almost like, I think we're around 10 inches just for the month already, and we're only 10 days in. So our woods and everything's flooded.
Oh, yeah.
Needless to say, I don't think I'm going out there skidding out trees for a while, but that's okay. I got a ton of them stacked up here that we'll cut and do some.
But this rain did help with your current project. So.
Yeah, yes, it did, but we're not going to sit there and tease everybody too much. I did throw a little teaser out this week to our members to let them know that we got a little project going on. I'll throw another teaser out tomorrow, but ultimately the video everybody gets to see. But I do throw teasers out to the members right there, and we do have a pretty big project going on. I am actually very excited about it. It's involved, but it's going to allow me to do something that I really love to do. And
yeah, it's a DIY.
Oh, it's DIY, all right. And it'll be really cool when it's all over. All right, we need to shut up. We're teasing everybody too much right here. All right, so let's scroll on down here since I am a mile behind, and we'll just cherry pick some comments there. So yeah, thank y'all everybody saying prayers for Erica and Mav's family and all. Truly appreciate it. I know a lot of y'all talk on the side and do stuff, so that's
awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. I agree with you, Joe. I won't say what you said, but I 100% agree with you. We have children listening on here, so, but you're exactly right, sir. All right, so David, thank you so very much. Just made a generous donation there to us. We
Thank
can't
you,
thank y'all
David.
enough for that. It means the world to us.
Oh, that's
Vegas,
nice.
Vegas date night, he says.
Yes.
All right, I think that was him that did that last week too, right?
Mhm.
So now we're up to maybe like 2 adult drinks or something like that, because everything we're seeing in Vegas is so stinking
Yeah.
expensive.
I'm looking at all like the cheap eats and places to eat because it's like
Huh.
just to think about having 3 meals a day, which what we're kind of used to, but smaller meals, it's gonna be a fortune.
Yeah, vacations typically
Yeah.
are. If we haven't went on many vacations because I've always kind of felt like they were a pure waste of money, but I know you like to travel and get away, and we do that.
Mhm.
But it always seems like every time we go, especially on a nice vacation, this one is going to be too short to be really nice, but you enjoy it while you're there, and then you get home and you go, wow, I spent that much and it's already over. And then oftentimes you come back from vacation feeling like you need a vacation. Our vacation, or at least always been for me, is our property. Like I've always believed in the old
Yeah.
saying of have a lifestyle that you don't need a vacation from. That's what we're trying to build here with our cool outdoor kitchen and our landscaping and pool and the future projects we have planned here. Like I'd rather our money go into things we're going to continue to enjoy, but I totally get the experience side of things too. So heck with it. It's already set in stone. We're going. So for the people who don't know what we're talking about, we're going to be in Vegas a few days and
January
yeah,
the 6th.
January, and we've got to figure out if enough of y'all want to meet. Just kind of give us some feelers. You're more than welcome to email us and all like that. We'll try to plug a time. It's going to be a real quick busy trip for us because part of it's for working, for the social media stuff. We're going to be at the CES show, and then we're going to try to have us a couple of days of seeing a few things ourselves because we've never been there, and then we'll try to do our best to like squeeze in a block if anybody's obviously taking the time to come out and see us. Not that we expect that at all, but a few of y'all have asked about that. So just kind of keep us in the loop if you're thinking about that, and we'll have to pick probably a single time that maybe works for the few people that's talking about coming out to see us. Otherwise, we're going to be at the CES show on the 9th all day long if you want to come meet us there. But I don't expect people to show up there and buy CES tickets and walk around this gigantic show to come find us. But if you're already going to be there, hey, come on and see us. So, Mr. Gray, thank you so very much.
Thank you,
He
Mr.
says,
Gray. Always so
for the
welcome.
fence fund right there, which is by
Yes.
far probably going to be our biggest or most expensive DIY project coming up.
Yeah.
And as the world gets crazier, the more and more I want cattle and other animals on our property. So we're going to try to fence this big old pasture in here behind us and put some cows and some potential goats out there in their own pen. Then, of course, there's always so kind of generous Adam. He says, how many guests ride on the new project? Please put a hat on.
Are you shining?
I am shining tonight. And I even washed my head
Thanks,
right before I
Adam.
got on here. It says, not like it's oily or anything. I'm Mr.
Mr. Clean.
I'm Mr. Clean. There is a waitress at a local restaurant that every time I walk in, doesn't matter if the place is packed, she yells out, Mr. Clean. I'm
She
like,
does.
yep, I'm here. That's me.
He is Mr. Clean though.
I am Mr. Clean. I do like to be in particular clean. So,
Yeah.
Adam, I think 2 people guessed the project correctly, one of them being you. And I was like, did I already tell him? But I don't think I did tell you. I think you just nailed it with a guess. All right, so let's see here. No, not Mr. Miss Lee wants to know what you're doing for dinner.
Yes. So we are going to do Philly cheesesteak stuffed peppers, bell peppers. Yep.
All right, and I see Erica says that she is on.
Yes.
You
We
see,
gave everybody the update about
I
Matt.
know you said you're a little late, so we did just
Yes.
give the full update. I'm not sure if you caught that or not. So again, our thoughts and prayers with you and your family in such a difficult decision in time right there. But thank you for keeping us in the loop. There's a lot of people here that are sure going to miss Michael and have been asking about him. I'm gonna miss cutting up with him and
Yeah. And his 3 questions.
his 3 questions that always turned into 10 questions, and I have one more question. Yeah,
And one was always about what I'm cooking.
yeah,
So.
that's right. That's right. So Mr. Roberts got his hands all up. What's he asking? He says, talk about the comment you pinned earlier this week. I love what you said. Oh boy. Should we really? Because like I try to keep things light and
I
airy.
just
But
don't want to give that much credit to the haters or any people
yeah,
that want to be that way, but he does want to put them in their place. So.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind speaking my mind, but we're going to be tactful about it. But yeah, it's just the world we live in. This is kind of more of the stuff that we really dive into on the podcast. But just some people I always say want to vomit their opinions out there on everything, and I guess they think they do no wrong. And the world is full of this right now. It's so easy to do with social media and a phone and keyboard warriors and everything else. People just speak before they think. And somebody made that comment this week of, they just can't understand how we can justify wanting to spend about $3,000 on a piece of equipment, and or how anybody else could. And it just blew my mind that that person probably took no time to think about all the things that they spend money on that others may think is absolutely crazy, from high-dollar cell phones to expensive vacations to crazy expensive vehicles, things like that. So it just blows my mind sometimes, some of the comments I get. Normally I'll brush them right off. Every now and then when I'm feeling frisky, I don't mind responding to a
And the
comment.
funny thing is like when it comes to your purchases, other than maybe some guns or something, but your purchases are always made out of a decision that it's going to give back to something
Yeah, and I think a lot
for
of
you,
people
unless
don't.
it's something that's for me. But
And what's wrong with guns?
well, I
Those are an
mean,
investment.
yeah,
Those
but
are an
I'm just
investment.
saying, like, all your purchases pretty much are for something to give
Well,
back to you in a way that could be financially
yeah, we're trying to set
gaining.
ourselves up here. Now, do I use that as an excuse sometimes to go move forward with some purchases? Sure, probably. But the other benefit that we have that a lot of people don't realize is what we're doing right now. This is our business. This is our
Mhm.
life. We're working very hard to make it our business. And a lot of the stuff that I can get are literal write-offs or things that I can literally make content on to make small amounts of money back. So the equipment actually starts paying me back just to use and record me using it. Now there's still a ton of work that goes into the money that I earn off the video, all the editing and recording and setting up. I mean, it's a full-time job, but a lot of people don't see that side of things either. So something that may not make sense for somebody else doesn't mean it doesn't make sense for the person that wants to get it. And
And it's like, why even
why
say
even
it?
comment? That's the
Yeah,
thing. I don't understand. Like Granny used to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say
I
nothing.
know. Apparently, that isn't being taught anymore
Oh, there's a lot not being taught anymore.
to
You
people.
you got babies raising babies, and families not teaching right and wrong anymore, not caring, and a big part of my generations and our generations to blame for that. That's kind of where a lot of values were lost. I mean, we can take a lot of the
Or
blame
maybe it was
for
the
it.
last, generation or
No, it's
whatever
kind of
that.
really started in ours, as much as I hate to admit it. So we won't make this we won't dive into this anymore because I can get on a soapbox with this
Oh
kind of
yeah.
stuff in a heartbeat. We tend to save this kind of stuff for our podcast. And this is where Chris, if he's on, is gonna be like, did y'all do a podcast? No, we did not. We actually were quite lazy today. Raining and storming all day long. We kind of popped the TV on and watched some funny reels and some recipes and enjoyed ourselves, something we don't do too terribly often. So Crystal asked again, we'll be in Vegas. We're going to be there. We could potentially meet somebody on the 7th or 8th, and then the 9th, we're working all day and we're gone the 10th. So it's a very, very short trip. So we'll have to kind of work that out around if a few people reach out to us. So yes, somebody said, don't forget about the Chris Angel. And
Yes, we're actually
she was
looking into that. Yep.
we, as in she's looking into that. I just wanted to see
You
a
were
certain piece
supposed
of
to
layers.
order it today, did you?
No,
Oh,
because you were over there looking and talking about all that stuff. You
I
didn't
sent
tell me
it
you
to you.
found something specific.
I
And
sent it to you.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I
oops.
sent you the tickets
Oh,
so that you can order them.
I didn't get your text.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing it. Shame on me. So Mike says he's been sick all week. Sure hate to hear that. Thus far, we've been very fortunate around here. I haven't heard of a whole lot of people getting sick, and I hope it'll stay the heck away from us.
It's
Because
going
I
around
know,
though.
well, with all the family get-togethers at the time of year it is, people get sick so often. Um, don't eat in the casinos or resorts. Go to the local eateries. That's probably a very good suggestion because
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff we've looked at is like, I don't know, $80 to $100 a plate
Yeah,
at the
I just
resorts. I'm
can't.
like, I can't eat that much. I'd be miserable
Yeah.
trying to force myself to eat that much just to justify that. So Jason wants to know, have I looked into the Yamaha Raptors? No, I have not. I haven't really looked at any kind of off-road stuff in a very, very long time. My old Polaris Ranger's still doing pretty good for us. Of course, now that I say that, it won't crank tomorrow.
Yeah, we just can't take it on long trips anymore, it seems like, because it's kind of older and
Oh, it's definitely older. It
we
hasn't
used to
really
take
given
it
us
on
no
longer
major
trips.
problems in a
Yeah.
while. I don't know. We used to leave for hours at a time, pack a cooler, put in the back, grab bullet before we had Ruger, and we'd go
Yeah.
hit the dirt roads and ride for 4 or 5
It was
hours.
a relaxing time.
Well, that's also our broke country. What else do you do? It's not like there's a town right around the corner or anything. Riding dirt roads is what you do out in the country, just like the old country songs say. That's literally what we do. That or sit around a fire, or now we got us a pool. Woo! Even though we can't use it this time of year. So, Mr. Mike, thank you so very much. Extremely generous there. Vegas Food Fund.
Awesome.
I can promise y'all
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna blow every bit of this money. It's gone. Especially for everything that we're seeing out there. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike. Always so kind and thinking about us. So yes, Paul says you got to see the sphere. That was kind of my number one thing I thought
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
mean,
to
you
see.
haven't really mentioned it anymore, so I didn't know if you
I
wanted
started
to do
looking
it
at
or not.
tickets a while back, and they were starting to get to like nosebleed heights. And the more I've kind of watched some of the stuff on YouTube, it looks realistic, but it's not looking quite so realistic. When it first started showing up on YouTube and Instagram, I was like, oh, I've got to go to that place. I still think I want to see a good action real person show more than the Sphere. And we can't fit but so many things on this trip. But Sphere was absolutely one of the things that I wanted. Somebody asked, where's the makeup team? I'm guessing for my shiny head and whatever else. I ain't really worried about it, but I can put a hat on if you want me to. Actually, heck with it. You go look at my shiny head tonight. So Glenn said he just put a pork loin on the pit boss. Nice. I wish Cash was here to tell us about all the nice cooking he's doing. But
Is he busy again, firewood?
no, you were gone doing Amazon shopping over there at the truck whenever I mentioned that Cash got a really cool project he's working on.
Oh, okay.
A veteran that's in his neighborhood donated 5 acres, gave 5 acres away to the local community for a community garden. And him and his boys are out there today clearing it and getting everything ready. So he sent me some
Oh, I
pictures
love
and showing me
that.
that. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Talk about extremely generous gift.
Yeah, that is really
That
great.
is awesome. Turn this up because it's getting dark, y'all. Well, the good news is that storm should have done been here by now. It must have just went to the north.
Pull up the radar.
And I'm not hearing no lightning or hearing no heavy rain, so I think we're good to go. All right, so Villain Corp says he got his new Cradle Point E320 router. I'm not sure what that is. I know it's a cellular router, but I haven't looked at that particular model.
Oh yeah, we're good on the
He says already jumped on my upload so I can live stream again. Yes, I'm happy to hear that. He said, thank you for your vids, trials, and errors. Yes, the cellular internet has just been a godsend to us and just such a blessing and find. There's just nothing else out here. Here's the comical side of that. Y'all know I was on the Starlink wait list for like a year and a half, and they told me 4 times I was going to get it, and then kept pushing me out year after year after year. They emailed me out of the blue last week that I went and tallied it up. I should spend the $700 on the new equipment and $120 a month. I was like, yeah, no, it's not happening. So I finally got my invite 3 years later to get into Starlink. Too little, too late. We just had a crew come out and move some stuff with our power pole for fiber that's coming into our area, although they're still telling us
getting closer and closer though. I am seeing it closer to the house.
Good, but they're telling us they think it's still gonna be another year, but they are coming in the area and moving stuff out of the way and getting everything ready to trench around the lines and to hang the boxes. But I still think it's gonna be a year away. There's no way I'm gonna invest in all that Starlink equipment right now when I know fiber's so close. And fiber is like, it literally starts at $50 a month for us on the packages I'm seeing, and it's like 500 gigs down, 500 up, and ours goes all the way up to 2 gigs. So it's just gonna be the fastest stuff I've ever in my life had. But right now I can't beat the cellular stuff that I have either. It's allowed us to actually work from home and do what we're doing right now. Man, just thinking back to my childhood, I was talking about the Tonka toys on the video today, back before internet and cell phones. Like, none of this was possible. Absolutely none of this was possible. If you'd have told me 30 years ago I was going to be talking to people like this through a camera or over the internet, or 30, 40 years ago, I told you were crazy.
Yeah,
you have lost your mind. You were crazy. Oh, man. Life is just going so fast, isn't it? All right. Okay. Yeah, I see everybody's talking with Erica. That's awesome. So yeah, y'all go ahead and do your talks and stuff there. One lost dude says, don't say the G word. You got to say pew pews or boomsticks. You're exactly right. We got to be very careful the way you say things. Yeah, pew pews. We're gonna go with that. And we say pills here. Well, that's you can't really say that nowadays either. But I know a lot of y'all do donations, are saying that for the ammunition. Let's see what else we got. Golly, y'all got some crazy comments. I'm gonna skip over a few of these. Let's see here. So, did y'all get the hot tub yet? Yes, we did. And as catchy and sneaky as y'all are, y'all look for everything in the background. Y'all seen the camper we didn't buy 2 and 2 episodes. We had the camera pointed right at the hot tub last weekend. Now we did have a little something in front of it, and she even, as soon as we got down the live stream, she's like, nobody said nothing about the hot tub. Now we've got the grill in front of it. You can see it peeking out over there. But yeah, we went ahead. We've thought we was going to get a killer deal on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They never went on sale. Y'all, this is the blow up ones. We ain't got the
just my anniversary gift.
We ain't got the $5,000 to $8,000 budget hot tubs. I mean, I literally can't believe what a big real deal hot tub is now. $8,000-9,000 is easy to spend.
We would never spend that.
Blows my mind.
No.
So we got a really large, really nice inflatable one, which would be great for Florida. We're not going to use it often. Pack it up.
Yeah, we want to be able to take it off the porch during the summer and all
absolutely, because it's just in the way, and it's actually been working really, really well. It warms up quicker than I was expecting to be such a big model. It's very comfortable. We're going to go ahead and warm it up again tomorrow because it looks like for the next 10 days we're going to be in the 30s to 40s for the lows. I don't see a warm up coming in quite a while. A little bit of rain and slight warm up next weekend, I guess, so we can actually use it for the next 10 days. Days like today, if it was a little cooler, it's mist and rain right now, these are the days I'd love to be in the hot tub. I'm not a big hot water person. She could jump in lava, I think. That's how your showers and all are. I'll spend a little bit of time in the hot tub and start getting overheated. Then I'll sit on the edge, or I'll get out and go walk around the yard and cool off steam rolling off my body. Then I'll go ease back in. And when the temperature finally drops in that thing, then I'll stay in there. But it's like literally got to be like 98 degrees for me to enjoy it. She'll run it up to 104, and you could boil eggs while you're sitting in there with it, I guess. Golly.
So Erica says that she has to jump off. They have to start getting ready. But thank you, Andrew and Tiffany, for all your prayers. We love you guys.
Yep, and like somebody else said, please don't hesitate to ever jump back on.
Yes.
Absolutely, jump on any live stream anytime you want. We're always here to support you. We'd love to chat with you and the family. Our thoughts and prayers with you. We know y'all got to go make a really, really, really tough decision. I couldn't imagine at all. So y'all go do what you got to do. Y'all go be a family. And thanks for jumping on and chatting with us.
Big prayers for y'all.
Yep. So cooking channel, I have started editing some initial videos, which are going to be relatively bland, but some of our favorite recipes. But like we've told y'all, the cooking channel is going to be seriously involved. You're going to start seeing it start on this channel. We've got basically a big designated area that we're going to do for this. I don't want to spoil too much of this. This is going to be such a fun project. I'm more excited about this than I was like the outdoor kitchen build and all that kind of stuff. So that's coming. That's coming real fast. We want to make for sure that happens. But we have already started editing some content, but we're going to get into some really new content.
Apparently, there was 2 we missed.
Yeah, no, I said them. You don't see the hearts? Both? Look at the hearts.
But you got both?
Yeah.
He did 2 of the same ones.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. So I'm trying to show you.
I'm pretty sure I did heart both of them. Let me go back up. Okay. I don't want to make sure I missed Mr. Gray here. Oh, I did miss another fence fun. Mr. Gray, thank you so very much. You're so kind.
Thank
Tiffany's
you,
on top of things, getting on to me.
Well, actually, somebody else called it out. That's why I went back and checked.
Okay, all right. Well, I got it hearted
maybe
now.
It didn't show up. I don't know. Or maybe
that, or you know how it jumps me around on comments, and I seen the same exact thing. So I was like, okay, I did catch it.
Thank you, Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray, thank you so very much. Yeah, we don't want to leave nobody out or miss nobody doing that. That's just so extra kind and generous there. So there was another comment. I got to go back and find now. So Rob wants to know how the Ultra is doing for me thus far. So for the people that's curious about that, I just got a EcoFlow Delta Ultra in. It's their new model. Some of y'all could care less about that stuff. Some of y'all love that type of stuff. This thing is going to be a beast. However, with all the weather and everything we've had going this week, I've yet to plug it into solar and do any further testing. Plus, I had a million boxes to take out and inspect everything. So that's going to be going further into this week before I get some of the ultra testing done. But this thing is completely different than anything they've ever offered before. I'm really excited about this. Like, this is 100% capable of running an entire house, hooking up a huge solar array to it. It's like real deal stuff. And you can still wheel it to your cabin or wheel it anywhere you want to go. I love this kind of stuff. I'm really excited about this one. I can't share too much because it hasn't launched yet. It's going to launch in January. That's why we're going to CES. That's one of the reasons why, by the way. But I will have a video out then. Right now, I'm just kind of doing initial testing and making sure everything's good to go. But they did give me permission to go ahead and put a little bit of filler information out and talk about it. So I should have more information for you next weekend if you want to ask, or shoot me an email, or bring it up on next week's live stream. Oh, that was a mouthful. When is Andrew getting his eyesight checked out? Chris wants to know.
Because you hit the pump.
Oh yeah, I need to get my memory checked out too. I'm like, what is he joking about right now? Yes, I absolutely destroyed. It was probably because I was too busy fooling with cameras and trying to get y'all content, watching out where Ruger is. And next thing you know, bam. Yeah. Well, hey, at least it takes a big man to admit his mistakes. At least I can put that out there. We're all not as perfect as you are, Chris. You've proven that week after week. But I hope
You've proven that week
yeah, I
after
hope to
week.
one day be as perfect as you are.
All right, I'm going to get the Blackstone ready.
Okay, let
Yeah.
me know when you want me to move the camera around. And Dan also asked, what's Tiffany cooking tonight?
We are doing Philly stuffed peppers on the Blackstone.
So stuffed bell peppers. She does them from time to time. A lot of times she'll do them
I
in
usually
that.
do them in the Instapot.
That's right. And everybody was asking about an Instapot before
Yep.
the live stream started, saying that they've never used one. Man, Tiffany uses one all the time.
Oh yeah, I could use it every day, pretty much.
All right. So Greg says everybody needs to fly down here and have us cook for them. That'd be mighty interesting with our big 1-bedroom house and nowhere to no hotels or nothing anywhere around us. So wood-fired heated pool, and you can use it in the winter. That has been on my mind. I will not be working that build in this particular winter, but I do have some stuff in mind for next spring for heating and cooling. We're eventually going to work into that. I want to get this cooking channel and other stuff going in these big projects that we got. Have I tried any of the Go V lights yet? No, I haven't. I'm not necessarily familiar with them, but I do have the Go V wireless thermometers and Bluetooth thermometers out here. I've been using them for a couple of years and enjoy them. I did not know that they made lights, or I may recognize it when I see it. It's just not ringing a bell right now. Everybody keeps telling us to do a helicopter ride over the strip. Yeah, that is something to see. Crystal says the water dance at the Bellagio. We've seen that on so many movies. Yeah, you might as well see it, right? Been seeing it for years.
Oh yeah.
And somebody wants to know what our temperature is right now. It is 64 degrees. Feels great. And as y'all can see behind us, raining. Back to raining again. It's supposed to just drop all night long. It's going to be in the 30s in the morning. It's going to be in the 30s Tuesday, and then it stays like 40s for 8 days, and maybe one day it gets in the 50s. This is lows now. We talk about lows like we're proud of them down here in Florida. We won't ever talk about the highs. We got to feel like we can relate to y'all up north. So we're probably going to get a couple of mornings of frost. We had frost last week, and then the week before that, I think we had 2 20-degree days. So it's actually been a pretty early winter for us. Normally we don't start getting all these 20-degree days till late December, January, stuff like that. But we've done got multiple frost and uh-oh. Donald says we froze up. I don't see if anybody else said.
He was the only one that made that comment, so I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm so far behind. All I know is I'd be talking to
Or
Ed
the
live
only one
stream
I've
for
seen.
15 minutes. All right, Mr. Donald, exit out, come back in. That seems to happen to a lot of people from week to week. I'm reading. Okay, yeah. You've not answered that one, Tiffany, so I'm going to go on down. Let's see here. Somebody says, yeah, Starlink, the only way to go. You know that's not the only way to go because you're the one that mentioned cellular to me there. All right. Let me catch another comment. A lot of y'all were telling goodbye to Erica, so I'm scrolling through all those. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I am so far behind. There's Adam getting on to me about missing Mr. Ron's first donation. I am so far behind. So Mr. Jimmy says he's still unable to buy the membership. What the heck's going on? It's not actually allowing you to click on it. Interesting. I tell you what, we've been having a lot of problems here lately. By the way, y'all, we got to say this again. Apparently, YouTube, as they go through and clear out spam accounts and have other issues, some people are not getting notifications. Some people are getting unsubscribed. So if you're finding us here, go down, make sure you're actually subscribed because some of you are going to find out that you're not. And the little bell beside the subscribe button, click on it and turn on all notifications only if you want to be notified whenever we post something. We're going through a heck of a problem where people are saying they were subscribed, didn't see content for a few weeks, thought we just weren't posting, and we post multiple times a week, and then they're discovering that, well, unsubscribe. I've dealt with this on a few channels that I follow too. Like I hadn't seen nothing from my mom. Oh, what's going on? Sure enough, unsubscribe. And I guess it's just part of YouTube's purge because so many fake and spam accounts get on here. They probably have a computer program that takes care of it, and occasionally some of y'all probably get unsubscribed. That's just me randomly guessing there, but you may want to check that. Do we have any sports teams? I'm guessing you're asking, do I really watch any sports, root for anybody? I've pretty much been out of sports for decades because I used to get really too involved into it, get a little stressed out, a little worked up, you know, maybe the remote go flying across the room. Well, back whenever I was watching sports, there wasn't remote. You had to go there and click on the TV. But this year I kind of got back into football. I like watching. I'm an FSU fan, kind of always have been. And this year they were doing a pretty good run. Really good run, actually. I know I shouldn't even talk about this because everybody, here we go, because they got left out of all the playoff games right here and they were undefeated. But I understand people's reasons why they say that. But that's about the only thing I watch this year. I'm not really into any other kind of sports. I would rather be outside working away from the TV, or on the weekends I want to be out here grilling and hanging out and chit chatting with people more than I want to be watching a TV. Although I'll admit, I watched almost every single FSU game this year. And then I started watching quite a few other people, specifically some teams I wanted to watch lose. I like watching those games too, if you know what I mean. But we won't get into that. I want to get everybody fired up. I did it last week with the
mail.
No, I was about to say we won't mention it. Started talking about lost packages and stuff. Boy, that struck a nerve with everybody.
Yeah,
we won't do that again this week. So Chris, another wise guy, or same wise guy. He says the name of the new cooking channel is going to be Andrew Smoking Pizza. Yep, that's it, buddy. I burned something one time. All right. Burn up cooking show. Oh, thanks, Chris. Crystal of all people. You're supposed to be nice, kind, and sweet for us. Burn up cooking show.
You can go ahead and turn the camera.
All right, let's do it. The charcoal channel. Boy, let's just roast Andrew tonight, huh? Man, we got more and more rain rolling in here. All right, I'm gonna move the camera. Hopefully I don't unplug y'all. I may after the way y'all are talking right now. And I'm gonna watch Tiffany cook. Guess we'll bump this up in one more. And I'm gonna yak at y'all.
All right, if y'all missed it, we are doing stuffed Philly bell peppers.
Oh, I see the way you're doing it. I thought you were gonna cut the
steam
tops off like you do in the Instant Pot.
Nope. Gotta steam them for a little while, so those are gonna get started there.
Oh. All right, let's see what else we got here. So why not build your own hot tub? You have hardwood, build it white, and plenty of firewood. Eventually I will. So as we get away from gigantic projects, which I can never seem to get away from, you know, the house, this big project we got going on now, the big fencing, I want to start doing more of the DIY projects like that on the channel. This inflatable hot tub, if we get a few years out of it before it breaks on us, we got our money's worth. They're quite affordable. I do eventually plan to like build something mainly run a pump. So I've already got a lot of ideas in mind. I've even got an Amazon cart full of, or wish list full of parts for future builds that may take me 5 years to get to. Who knows? But I do plan to build one of those. Right now, I just don't have the time to build one. We got too many other projects going on. She wanted a hot tub, so we just got one of these.
Yeah.
And for the money, I think we're going to get our money's worth out of it.
Absolutely.
Very crispy eats. Boy, y'all still got jokes. There everybody goes, FSU got the shaft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So have I seen Farmer Tyler Ranch and Blackacre Ranch YouTube channel? Farmer Tyler sounds familiar, but I can't say that I've watched either of those in depth to really know if you got a specific question. So I'm gonna have to say no. Glenn says, see, I've kept my mouth shut about FSU. Technically you didn't. And Big Wave, you're correct. I'd rather be grouper fishing and watching animals. I 100% agree with you. That's what I'd rather be doing than in front of a TV myself. All right. Question. Why is there a pot on the patio? A pot.
They're talking about the solo stove.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not a pot, even though, yeah, it looks like we're out steaming crabs or boiling peanuts.
I wish we were.
Yeah, that is our solo stove bonfire, little fire pit. So on nasty rainy days like today, I got buckets full of kindling and wood over there. We may even light a fire as soon as we're done with the live stream. But because we're not going to go out in the yard to the big fire pit over there, we'll light it right here. And because our roof is like 16 foot tall, The smoke, the heat, nothing bothers it up there. And those smokeless fire pits are awesome. I wanted one forever. Caught them on sale in the summertime when nobody was buying them, of course, like $100, $150 off, I think it was. So we finally bought us one. I also wanted one too to experiment with different size woods that I may sell next year, because a lot of people buy those right there. That is probably the most popular model smokeless fire pit there is. And I'm sure a lot of people around there have them. So kind of wanted to play around with that as well. See, I got excuses for everything. That's a business write-off. Oh boy, up here comes all the FSU comments. Hey, Christopher, yeah, buddy, I haven't seen you in a while. Christopher Malthus says, haven't been on in quite a while. Good seeing you. Good seeing you too. Yep, I remember the thumbnail, and your last name for sure always stands out to me. Andrew's Crispy Critters cooking show. Well, I see where everybody still has jokes. Now everybody's saying I need to.
Why is it turning into Andrew's cooking show?
Because apparently mine's far more entertaining than
yours.
Is it? Yeah, if you just cook and destroy stuff. See, I'm putting some comedy in my cooking. I did that on purpose. I want everybody to have a good laugh. And then Mr. Donald says, I need to sign up for defensive driving classes. Ha ha, ha ha ha. Uh-oh, everybody says we've
I've seen that we were buffering.
Froze and buffered. I'm still showing really good Wi-Fi, good internet. I don't know what the heck happened, but everybody's saying we're back. I kept talking through it anyways because I'm so far behind. I had no idea. So you're gonna have to go back and watch it and see what you missed. So Andrew's only told us the one time he burnt something. Who knows how many times? Oh, I've burnt stuff other times too. That was probably the worst right there. I mean, when it flares up to a raging campfire in your grill, yeah, that was pretty bad. But like, I mean, yeah, I've overcooked steaks and did other stuff before. We all mess up, but typically I do pretty good on that smoker. It's kind of foolproof. So does Ruger like the hot tub? No, he actually hates the hot tub because we don't allow him to get on it or in it because we don't need it popped. Welcome.
He's just sad when we're in it. He's like, he is playing with me.
Yeah, he literally will come up there as we're in the hot tub, shit his head on there, have a ball in his mouth. We'll literally throw fetch from out of the hot tub, and he's like, well, "Get out and play with me. What are y'all doing in there?"
Get him, Miss Lee.
Uh-oh. Was she getting on to everybody or getting on to me?
On you.
Oh my goodness, Miss Lee, you and Crystal supposed to be like my cheerleaders, my
Everybody's
supporters.
Getting on you tonight.
And everybody jumping on me tonight. So when are we going to build a brick oven for pizza and other goodness? Soon. We'll leave it at that. Not quite what you're thinking, but what you're thinking. It'll make sense. That's why I haven't done the mani-pedi. It's not a business channel expense. Actually, it technically could be because I'd be recording it. Although I don't want to carry that to my CPA and have her go, "What is this?" Then I got to explain it again. I'd rather just eat that one. So I see Mr. Bill Baldwin just jumped on. Hello and welcome. Oh my goodness, boy, y'all are just roasting me tonight. All about my driving and cooking. So Adam says we should have called the chop shop the charcoal shop. Well, for my cooking or because I'm supposed to make charcoal? Probably for my cooking, you're saying there. Speaking of, I got future plans to make my own charcoal too. More for the fun of it and I guess the novelty. Whoa. Than anything else because I can buy charcoal quite cheap. But I think that'd be a pretty cool build.
What am I doing?
Chris says it's always about Andrew. He doesn't like to share anything like Tiffany's tractor or the cooking show. Hey, I am all about her cooking. I've got enough chores and other stuff to do, and she does an excellent job of cooking, and I love to eat. I am all about her doing the cooking there. Now, whenever it comes to the grill and smoker, I do enjoy my time on those things. You make charcoal, Andrew. You don't have to buy it. Yes, pizza charcoal. Boy, y'all got some smart mouths tonight, don't y'all?
They are getting you.
It's roast Andrew tonight. Oh, no, here's another one. How not to cook with Andrew. Golly. All right. Hopefully all y'all got us back because that was a lot of your froze or your buffering. Oh, Crystal says still waiting to buy your man candle. See, I want to work on that too.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you want to work
Yeah,
on.
I got a ton of stuff I want to work on to do. And I guarantee you there's some new people on that. They're like, what the heck have we come
Yeah, they're
to?
like, what is going on
Mani
here?
petties, man candles, how not to cook. What the heck this
Yeah.
guy got going on in his life? Isn't it roast Andrew every night? Yeah, apparently it is. And there's Mr. Donald with the Bat House. Didn't get him up this week. What a shocker, right? Yeah, I just need to make that happen sometime. I just golly, I've got way too many projects. I really do. I'll
He
get them
has
up.
one project in particular that's kind of
Pushing
pressing him.
yeah.
So that's why he's like trying to knock out these bigger ones so he can get the things like that. I get why he's
I have one
procrastinating a little bit, but at the same time, might as well just get it out of the way.
It ain't procrastinating. I'm actually doing other stuff. I ain't just laying around other than today. I did lay around today. Yeah, I got one very pressing project that I'm trying my best to get to, but some other stuff really needed to happen before it. You're going to see what's coming. It's going to be really cool for the channel, I think. We need to get back to some of that fun building and DIY type stuff. So Mr. Robert says he loves your color combination tonight. Orange and teal. I can't stand it. Looks like Florida Gators. Now, I mean, it looks good on you, baby, but nobody likes them Florida Gators. This ought to get them riled up. So have I ever thought about building a treehouse with a zip line? Yeah, when I was about 13, I sure did. Actually, we built several tree houses when I was a kid, and how I'm still alive, I don't know, because we'd build them way up there with 2 or 3 nails holding everything in, and we actually did build a zip line one time with electric fence wire, which ain't gonna hold nothing, a rope over the fence wire and a tobacco stick tied to that, and we were jumping out of a.
Oh my gosh, how did you not like slit your wrist over that?
How did it not snap and us hit the ground? I guarantee that treehouse was every bit of 15 plus foot in the air, and we were literally going down a homemade zip line with a rope over a piece of electric wire. Like,
wow.
How did it not break? How did the rope not get cut? On a little old tobacco stick, if anybody knows what those are. Like, I did some crazy stuff as a kid, and I'm here, and knock on wood, no, not one single broken bone in my life. I don't know how I made it through my childhood with the 4-wheeler accidents and the zip lines and tree houses and all. Didn't have a broken bone. Man, I'm blessed. So Adam says the secret project's important. Do you know that one too? I can't remember if we ever talked about that one. Or are you just that good of a guesser again? Well, it's not the project that you guessed that's going on right now. There's another big project. So am I going to double or triple up on solar? Yes, I am. Currently I have 2,400 watts and I've bought another 40 panels out there. So we have another 4,000 watts we can add. I'll probably do it in stages. I realistically need about 1,000 more watts to charge all the batteries I got, run the shop, and deal with some partly cloudy days. Anything above that is just giving me insurance for cloudy or rainy days. You can still do some charging on those days, but you need excess panels. So we're for sure going to get there. 1,000 is what I feel like I need, even though I'm still running off grid what I currently have, and I can add up to 4,000 more. I may save a few panels for spares in case we get some severe storm damage or in case I have another project that pops up. But I really need to get another 2,000 to 3,000 watts added for the simple fact of I was thinking about doing a solar pool pump. I think it makes more sense for me to take the outside sub panel or add another one and run a few things like the pool pump and a few other house things on all the excess panels I'm gonna put it on the shop. It's gonna make the shop basically have no bill. I can take the meter out there, saving me pretty big money, and it'll reduce the house bill by a lot, especially taking the pool pump off. So solar will realistically be paying me back quicker than it does a lot of people because I'm trying to go after really specific high demand items. That's kind of my plan here coming up over the next few months. But I've already got those panels, bought them on a killer sale, ready to go with that. And I just upgraded. Well, I will be upgrading this week my shop system because I had a little bit of an issue. So I bought another panel. We're going to explain that in an upcoming video. So we're definitely getting a little more power out there as well. And that'll for sure take care of all my needs at the shop. So yeah, I kind of dove into solar head first, didn't I? We're going to literally wind up with about close to 8,000 watts here available between all the projects that I have.
I didn't use cheese. I used rice. Somebody was asking what kind of cheese did she just use?
The problem is Chris.
Andrew was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt him, but I just added my rice in here.
Yeah.
And I'll add my cheese here in a minute.
Why is everybody talking about, what is a bollard? I don't know what y'all are talking about. It's the pressing project how to install bollards at the emergency room. Bollards with high vis. I don't know what a bollard is. Now I feel stupid. I'm gonna have to look that up. Somebody tell me what a bollard is. Joke's on me, I guess. So what meat are we cooking, asked Randy? That's beef.
Yes, it's thin cut sirloin steak.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Danny says this kid's having a two-story treehouse, 25 foot off the ground with a spiral staircase. Geez, that's nicer than our first home. I would have loved to have something like that when I was a kid. So have I ever looked into wind power? I have not, because it's my understanding a lot of these wind turbines require specific inverters to run them. And I'm not convinced that I have enough. It stays relatively windy here, but looking at a lot of the wind specs on the turbines, minimum speeds, I'm just really not convinced I'm going to get a good payback. I don't think we have enough consistent wind here to justify at least a really good one. Sure, at times they're going to work. I don't think they're going to work a whole lot because there's just Florida's covered in nothing but trees, and that really does cut down a lot of the wind that we get. Now we do have some open field here that does help, but I'm not completely sold on wind here just yet. And I have looked into it, and I will be looking into it more.
All right, so I just added my mozzarella.
There's your cheese. She calls it mozzarella. I call it mozzarella. I don't know which way is right, like pecan. So will we be doing any winter vegetables? Only in our edible landscaping, as I've been calling it here lately to everybody. We have broccoli growing behind you. We have cabbage, cauliflower. We also have lettuces pretty much seeded out and done. We're going to replant some of that. The celery is looking awesome. It doesn't have much longer to go, and we can cut some of that. Got a little bit of dill growing. That's all we're going to do. We didn't go out and do the big garden this year, which typically I never plant much for wintertime anyways. It's the springtime that we really kind of go a little overboard with the garden. So goat shed, asked Crystal. That's not the project, if that's what you're wondering, but we do plan on doing that in the very near future, some point next year. I think that'll be a good start before we jump into the big pasture project and the cows. Holes in the concrete to protect the pump. No, I'm not putting in a a tractor protection down there. I promise you, I will be paying attention now and not running over our new pump. Oh, okay, that's what everybody says. That's what he's saying that it is. So the bollards are the pipes in the ground to protect things from vehicle damage. Y'all got jokes tonight.
All right, where's my bowl?
Okay. Yes, I don't know how I didn't know that. I just never really, and I'm the guy that's usually full of useless information. I kind of research and know everything, but bollard's just not a word. I thought that was a place in Colorado. So Mr. Robert says, I just remembered I might be able to get a bunch of 4-foot T-posts. Would those be too short? Those would. I'm probably going to be putting in 6-foot posts, maybe even 7s if I can find a good deal. So they're in the ground even more. 4-foot, way too short for any kind of field fencing that I'm going to do. Everybody's got jokes tonight.
All right, where's my thing? There it is.
Robert, I don't know what that is. Tiffany by Andrew A. When he's driving the tractor. I can't see what that little thing is right there. What else we got going on here? Somebody else asked another question. How many views will the Manny Petty video get? Could be practically none, or could be tons of them. We just got to see how well this thing works out right here. Plus, again, don't forget, I got to find somewhere that will actually allow me to record. If it's a big public place, that's not going to work out.
Yeah, I think we're still going to go to my friend's place.
Okay.
We got to coordinate it with her and get it lined up with her.
So we scheduled a shop a while back to work on their off day so we could do the recording. And we had a couple different appointments there. So it's not like we didn't try, and things came up. The appointments had to get canceled. So we were trying to do it that way, because if we go to some big in the public place, I can't ask everybody in there, hey, you mind being on camera? So there'd be some quick snap pictures and stuff like that, So we were actually trying to do it to where y'all could get a good laugh at my expense. But it sounds like y'all are doing really great with that tonight. All right, let's see. Okay, Robert said it was a cane blind people use. That's what Tiffany needs to get me. Ha. Tiffany, pay up on his life insurance. Man, y'all are just
Golly.
writing a little comedy sketch tonight, aren't you? Well, you did pretty much take out the whole pump system, including the building. What y'all didn't see is I didn't straighten the building back up. That joker was over. I don't know how to snap the post off. So yeah, we got it back. Adam, thank you for keeping me in the loop on that. I'm assuming you still didn't get your ticket number. I will reach back out to that. Don't hesitate to email me either. Now we'll make for sure that gets taken care of. So, any plans to ever build a greenhouse? I've been back and forth. I was thinking high tunnel, but then I'm kind of back to greenhouse because it'll look really, really good. Be, kind of a focal piece on the property. I don't know how much we'll realistically use a greenhouse here. I think something very small would make a lot more sense for seed starting and a little bit of wintertime growing, but I don't think I'm going to get into nothing super big, but I do like it for the idea of additional seed starting, although I can do that indoors with hydroponics. But I think that'll be a really cool build. That is something that's on my to-do list, but that's going to be down the road for sure. See, we're never run out of ideas here, do we?
All right, it's all done. I'll show y'all the finished product here in just a second. Let me get this thing oiled up.
Yeah, no rust. Plenty of moisture in there out here. Oh, golly, y'all jokes. Let me get out of the way so that'll focus.
All right, here is our Blackstone Philly stuffed bell pepper here. Yum.
Yeah.
Just real simple. Just another way of doing it besides the Instapot or in the oven.
And tastes really, really good. Who doesn't like cheese, meat? I ain't crazy about rice, but it's really good in this. Peppers, oh yeah. Peppers inside of pepper. That's the good stuff right there. All right, so yeah, we've been chatting about an hour. It's what we typically do. We're going to wrap this up, play a little fetch with Ruger, eat, and temperature's dropping. We may actually light us a little fire. I hear the rain starting again, so nothing like sitting around a fire when you're protected.
To be in the hot tub.
Yeah, I know.
Hear that rain.
It needs to be about 10 degrees cooler. We
Ruger
wouldn't be
heard
over there.
his name. He's like, I'm
Yep,
here.
here he is. So y'all, thank y'all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. We'll do this again next week. Holidays may mix some of the live streams up coming up. We'll update you if that's going to be the case. Please, please, please keep Erica and all of Mav's families, kids, and everybody else in your thoughts and prayers. They're making just a unbelievably tough decision right now. I hate it for them. I just can't imagine the pain that they're feeling and what they're going through. And there's so many other people in our family on here that absolutely need you to reach out to them. I know a lot of y'all been chatting and kind of talk on your own. We love that. We absolutely love that about our family here. So yeah, keep them all in your thoughts and prayers, and all the people that dealt with crazy storms last night. They're still going through these storms over here right now. Yeah, with that said, thank y'all so much again for spending your Sunday afternoon with us, supporting us, watching our content. It means the absolute world to us. Good night. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya. And thanks for all the jokes tonight.
You had to get that in there, huh?
Yeah.